The topic is, how do you master communication? What are the habits of great communicators? So I'll give you 4 or 5 points and then I'll be open for your questions. Till then, hold on to your questions. Thank you so much. Let's start. First thing, a good communicator. And when you think of good communicator, you get names of many people. You probably get the image of Martin Luther King Jr., his image, or you might be thinking of Swami Vivekananda's Chicago speech. Some of you may also think of Barack Obama, or for that matter even our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And there are many more people who are exceptionally good communicators. Shashi Tharoor, yes, many of you may think of him, especially for his language skills. Now, please see what are the key ideas for a good communicator. First and foremost quality of a good communicator is, please hold on your comment. I will not be able to read it right now. Let me complete it because I will maintain my flow and then I will definitely spend time in reading and interacting with you, reading your comments. So, first and foremost ability they have is their ability to connect with people. Okay. Before you think about your language skills, your English skills and anything else, what you need in order to become a good communicator is develop connection with people. Now, how do you develop connection with people? You need an ability called perspective understanding. Understanding the viewpoints of different kind of people. When you speak after understanding the mindset of the people to whom you are going to communicate, whom you are going to convey the message, when you understand their viewpoint, when you understand their perspective, when you understand their way of living life, their way of looking at the life, then you speak what matters to them. You speak what appeals to them. Even if you do not have good language skills, even you may not know all the tricks and trades of the public speaking or communication skills, even then, just because you will be talking sensible things to them, you would be counted as a good communicator. Okay. So, first and foremost, your ability to connect with people, and for that what you need? You need perspective. You need the understanding of how people think. Only if you have that understanding, you will be able to talk sense. So, that is one thing. Now, your question may be that, how do I get this connection? How do I understand them? Okay. How do I get the content which appeal to people? So, from there comes the second ability, an ability to observe things in their originality. Observe as it is without bringing your story, without bringing your background. Do you have the ability to objectively see things? Can you see things as they are without adding your judgment, without bringing your story, without carrying your baggage of your memory or your learnings or what you have seen earlier? Okay. If we cannot do that, then what happens? We color our perception, and when we color our perception, we are not able to see the reality. Okay. We pass snap judgments. We look at clothes of a person and we pass a judgment. We probably look at the eating style of a person and a pass judgment. We sometimes look at the way person behaves and we pass judgment about his or her background, and that makes us a poor observer. A good observer is a keen observer of everything. How a person is behaving, if you observe carefully, you will get clues what appeals to that person and what doesn't. Another part in the observation is, do you collect your life experiences as powerful examples of your communication? Do you collect your life experiences as such? So many experiences we get, life gives us day to day. When you get a chance to give a live example from your life, you might have seen in my many of the videos where I have shared the stories which are essentially the incidents in my life, The story of the auto rickshaw driver who gave me 2 lessons, I have shared. The story of a student who told me about mastery orientation in a different way, I have shared. I have shared many stories. In fact, some of my content, not some, most appreciated content of mine comes from those original experiences which I have shared. Okay, so please see, if you want to be an effective communicator, note down the key incidents in your life. Now you may think, sir, what kind of key incidents? Any story of struggle, any story of winning, anything exciting, anything which is not usual, if you observe, okay, then it should enter into your notebook. Let me give an example. Many years back, I was sitting in my friend's office and there came a young boy, maybe about 13-14 years of age, and he came for boot polish. Okay, he told, sir, boot polish karna hai kya aapka? So I told, no, I don't need. He told, sir, don't worry, I will take now money and I will return you later. Okay, so I just asked him, how much do you charge? He said 50 rupees. I told, 50 rupees for boot polish? He told, sir, I am taking a loan, don't worry, this will come back to you. I will note it down. And he showed me a notebook. Very interesting story. Look at the boy, young boy. Now, what kind of ideas people are having? Now, don't you think this incident can inspire many people? If only I can remember it, if only I can reproduce it whenever it is required, then only it will be needed. So all of us have this life, all of us actually see these incidents. Seemingly very common, very simple incidents can be very inspiring things. Seemingly simple styles can be very inspiring communications. Let me give you a very interesting example, a true story, okay? And this I heard from Porus Munshi. The story is of a young boy, and this is about 30-40-year-old story, real incident. Young boy named S. Narendran, who was freshly graduated from IIT, he joined Apollo Tyres in sales and marketing workforce. Young boy, very talented, enthusiastic, passionate to go about his life, just began his career. But during a travel between Meerut and Delhi, this young boy meets with an unfortunate accident, and next day S. Narendran finds himself in the hospital. And what he realizes that he has lost his right leg above the knee. And when he comes to know this, he gets in absolute depression. He starts crying. He just loses he lost all his hopes. And when that happened, so many of his colleagues, his friends, his well-wishers, they came and they started consoling him. They started telling him, don't worry, life will move on. If not sales and marketing, you can do some other job. So you can get into HR, something like that. They started consoling him, but he was absolutely unconsolable. He was telling, my life just started. How could God do this with me? I worked so hard. I came out of my IIT and just now I started my career and I lost my leg. I don't know what will happen to me. It is so unfair. And he went into this spree of, self-dejection, into crying. At that moment, his boss, whose name was Uddayan Dravid, he walks into the hospital in his room. And as he walks into, this young boy, S. Narendran, looks at the boy and again starts crying, starts sobbing. See, sir, my life is destroyed and all that thing he starts saying. Uddayan Dravid talks here something very interesting, and listen to this. He says, I want you to know this, Narendran, that when I came to this Apollo Tyres, our turnover was about 50 crore rupees. And today, we have 400 CR turnover. And our profit book was showing minus 17 CR, okay, profit and loss account, minus 17 CR. And today, we have brought it to 80 CR. And I want you to know that to bring it from 50 CR to 400 CR and minus 17 CR to 80 CR, I have never ever used my legs. He just says this, and like electricity, like an electric current, S. Narendran gets the perspective. Simple play of words, but it's in the style they say. It creates a difference. And S. Narendran was, he was able to overcome his depression. He was able to again think passionately. He went on to later on become the head of sales and marketing Apollo Tires. Later on, he went on to become head of TVS Motors, and then he started his own business and did very well. What was this power of communication? How could it come? Udyan Dravid, the boss of S. Narendran, showed his leadership skill, and one of the key things we need is communication. Communication skill is one of the most demanded soft skills, one of the most rewarded soft skills today. Whether you are a teacher, or you are a businessman, or you are an employee in some organization, maybe you are into sales and marketing, maybe you are just a student going for an interview, or maybe you are into a relationship. In every place, you would need good communication skills. So I told you two things for great communicators. Number one, they connect well. Number two, they observe. They observe from two points of view. They observe people's perspective. They see things as they are, and they collect right, good, inspiring, exciting incidents which they see in their life. They collect that and they use it wherever required. So these were the two things. Now let's understand what is the third thing required to become a good communicator, if you want to become a good communicator. Third thing, they do not hesitate to participate. They are always willing to say something, willing to talk, willing to give their opinion. They are willing communicators. Are you willing communicator? Ask yourself. Is your presence felt? Maybe you are attending a meeting. Maybe you are standing somewhere for, let's say, 1 hour or so. Maybe you are in a get together where many people are there. Is your presence noticed? Do you make connections? Do you give your opinion when the person on the stage or dais is asking question? Do you stand and say what you want? In your society meetings, maybe the apartment you live, when the society meetings are happening, do you sit there as a mook observer who do not speak at all, who do not say anything, or you stand and say what you want? Doesn't require you to be very knowledgeable. Okay, sometimes you could simply appreciate other people. You could simply say, hey, I like the way you spoke. I liked your point. You could even say that. You could simply stand and introduce yourself. I am so and so, and I am the part of this family, and I stay in so and so flat. Something you could say, right? So don't be a silent spectator if you aim to become a good communicator. If you want to become a communicator whom people look up to, if you want to become a communicator who can impress people, whom people want to listen, then you have to always take your chance. Wherever you get a chance, whether on the stage, maybe a Toastmasters platform, maybe in a simple classroom, maybe in an interview, maybe sitting at a public office, maybe in an ordinary meeting, maybe in a public gathering, maybe in a family get together, never miss the chance of making a point. It's also an essential leadership skill. Okay, now I'm not telling just become a reckless speaker and shoot off your mouth without thinking. I'm not telling that. Say little things, but say you must. If you do not use this, then you are missing from the attitude point of view. Okay, you may have a lot of knowledge, you may have a lot of ideas, you may have excellent strategies. How will people know? For making people aware of this, make yourself heard. Go on social media and speak. Today, if you don't have any platform, and in COVID times, anyways, we are not allowed to get into big gathering. At least social media platform. Switch on the camera, speak something, give a nice message. Instead of writing on your WhatsApp, speak. Switch on the camera, make a low resolution video, put it on the WhatsApp. Instead of sending good morning message in text, send it with a smiling face saying good morning, namaste, and maybe tell your name or give a good quotation. Okay, make videos of reading few quotations. You can get so many quotations, right? Every day you can do. Make videos of stories. Okay, if you are very uncomfortable with video, at least audios, podcasts are there. Send audio messages. Instead of using your WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever social media you are using, instead of giving only text message, make them video and audio messages. and that will make you participate more, that will give you practice more. It is the practice which is what makes you a professional. Professional, you see any professional, okay, whether a musician, whether as an actor or a director or anyone who's a professional or a writer, they always practice, they always stay, they always, even as a doctor, what are we called? Are we practicing or not? Because you are always learning, you are always looking at your activity with the fresh eyes. That's the way to grow in your communication also. So do you practice? Do you make videos? If you don't, then you are missing a chance. This is the time where people are sending video emails, where people are promoting their products through videos and not just simple message, where everything is happening through videos. And if you are missing on that, you are missing something significant. So do not miss the chance to make video messages, to speak, to make your presence felt. And the last point, if you want to become, or if you want to be counted as good communicator, yes, I am not talking about the technical things today, but the last point here is focus on the positive aspects. A good communicators usually focus on more of the positive aspects. They appreciate more people, they find goodness, they have an eye for goodness, they have an eye where they can describe a situation a little differently in a positive light. The more positive, I am not telling be falsely positive, but look at the positive angle of the things and add more and more those things in your communication. Appreciate people a little more, appreciate them for their dress, for their behavior, for their communication, for their timing, for their discipline, for their health, anything. You can always find out things, okay. When you appreciate people, when you frankly see goodness in the world, you will find that you develop a personality which is little more pleasant to talk, which is little more appealing to be with. What happens with the people who always find only negative things? Usually people won't enjoy their company. So please see that you develop an eye for goodness. These are the 4 points I told you. Number 1, you have to learn how to connect. Number 2, for that you have to become a good observer. And in observer, I told you 2 points. Observer of people's behavior, how people behave, how different people think. You can read different kind of biographies to understand how people from different background think, what is their worldview, how do they look at life, okay, see that. And the next point in that is, how do you make your presence felt, become a participative communicator. Don't be a mook spectator. If you are traveling in a train for 10 hours, you must introduce yourself to the fellow passengers. Maybe your fellow passenger is a retired bureaucrat, maybe he is a very experienced person, and you might learn a lot of things, but remaining silent spectator doesn't help. So make your presence felt. It's an essential thing. In office places today, what happens? It's not the best worker always get recognized. It's the person who can present his or her work in an effective way gets recognized. So maybe your appraisal meetings are happening where your boss or the HR team is asking, tell me, how was your performance last year? What did you do? What are the key things you did? And if you are silent at that time, if you are not able to present your case, maybe you miss your hike, maybe you miss your promotion, maybe somebody who is not working that hard, but just at that moment who is able to speak well, will take that promotion. It can happen, and it happens to many people, isn't it? So please see, maybe sometimes your boss calls and you want to give him an idea, but you're anxious, you're depressed, or you're nervous, and you're not able to speak at that time. You miss an opportunity. Maybe in an interview a question is asked and you knew the answer, but just because you did not have good communication skills, you did not have attitude to speak frankly, you miss the opportunity. And what happens after you missing the opportunity? You regret, oh, I wish I should have spoken like this. Don't regret. Practice. Practice. Imagine yourself putting into such situation and speak. One fun fact, our human mind cannot differentiate between what is imagined and what is real. Whenever you imagine something with intensity, it could be, imagine my boss called me and this is what he asked me and this is how I will speak. Maybe you just imagined it and prepared that. If you did that, your mind, your brain will register it as a real incident. And imagine if it happens in reality, then you have already rehearsed it and your next time will be definitely better. So please see that you become a participative communicator. And the fourth point was, you develop an eye for goodness, eye for positive things. Whenever you meet a person, make a point that you say something good about that person as far as possible. Of course, it should not look odd. It should not look that you are trying to flatter that person, flatten that. That should not happen. Okay. So these were the few things I told you about developing good communication skills, habit of good communicators, why they became good communicator. I did not tell you as such about how to develop communication skills because it's a huge topic and obviously you don't expect me to finish the entire topic in 20 minutes or half an hour on a YouTube live. Okay. For that probably you have to do the course, and which is a long course with a lot of practice, vigorous things. So once again reminding you, my communication skill, the public speaking course is live. You can buy the videos and get immediate access to it. If you have any queries about that, write me at connect@drvivekmodi.com. Personality development course, guide to personality development is also ready. Time mastery, time discipline course is also ready. That's a small course. Any of these course you can access. If you want to know more about that, you can always send me an email on connect@drvivekmodi.com and I will be happy to help you on this. Also tomorrow I am starting mind mastery tools, which is there for the running batch. These are live sessions every Saturday and every Monday evening, which start at 8:45. If you are interested, you can inquire even about that. So this was it. Now I'm open for your question. Thank you so much for being here live at this is 10:40 and so many of you are there, although likes are only 9 yet. So thank you so much for once again being here. I just announced half an hour before and so many of you are here. Thank you. Now I will read your comments if you have anything and try to answer. Let me see if there are comments coming or not. Yes, now I can see the comments. Finally, I got them. Just one moment. I'll take from top, so just give me a moment, okay? So, Konda Prem says, hi sir, hello. Yes, MR. Then Sebastian says, sir, my name is Sebastian from Dindigiri, Tamil Nadu. I continuously watch your videos. Thank you, Sebastian. Hemlata says, thank you for valuable information. Thank you. Welcome, Hemlata. Good evening, Yusuf ji. Good evening. English improving के लिए अलग videos आएंगे. I will also release some more videos about English. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Rajesh Porvi. Rajesh ji, you were about to join. What happened to you? Rajesh Porvi, many times I miss your course. Yes, you can. Rajesh ji, now 2 video courses are available which you can access right now by making little payment. Actually till December first week they are discounted, and if you want to join the live course, it's starting tomorrow. The course title is Mind Mastery Tools. So it is one of the course of the entire bundle. If you are interested, write me at connect@drvivekmodi.com. Shanmugam, how are you, friend? I think you joined my short course, certificate course or something you have attended. Mind Mastery course is, it's a course which will take about 4 weeks. It might get into 5 weeks also. Every week we will have 2 sessions. This is a very deep course which talks about human mind, different angles of human mind, how to use human mind, decision making, how to improve your ability to think better, to take better decisions, habit formations. It is an entire 360-degree on human mind. So many things are there in that. I cannot really tell you in short, but if you are capable of attending it and if you are interested, I can tell you this is probably some of the best ideas what I have learned in my entire 10 years I shared during that course. So you're most welcome if you want to do that. Yes, Shanmugam ji. Just write me on connect@drvivekmodi.com and you will know the other details. Mukesh Meena, good evening. L&T Construction, continuously watching your videos and improving English. Thank you, Mukesh ji. Not just English, you have to improve overall personality, everything. So many things are there, yes. You have to improve everything. Ganesh, I'm not able to give time to make videos nowadays. how to plan and make it continuous process. Just start. I mean, when we overanalyze, then only we miss. Okay, so do not overanalyze. You will be able to do it. Arey, what happened? Suddenly the comments disappeared. Just a moment. So any other questions if you are having, you're welcome.